The government has proposed standard operating procedures regarding the appearance of government officials in court proceedings. It has asked courts to refrain from commenting on government officials' attire or social background. The SOPs also advise courts to summon officials only in exceptional cases. The centre also proposed that in case of court-appointed committees, identification and appointment of the members should be left to the executive. Well, more news from the Supreme Court. The Apex Court has released the handbook for judges that lists stereotypical terms that should be actively avoided. The handbook has terms like adulteress, affair, ladylike, mistress, marriageable age, among others. Kanishka Sarkar now joins us with the details. Kanishka, take us through the contours of this handbook and what the CJI is trying to achieve with this handbook.
Well, like you said, it's all about combating gender stereotypes and mitigating the use of language that enforces such stereotypes in not just judgments in the judicial decision-making process, but also in the drafting of pleadings. To give you a few examples, the handbook suggests that words like prostitute or hooker be substituted with the phrase sex worker, or that the phrase relationship outside of marriage be used instead of affair, or a non-marital child or a child whose parents were not married instead of bastard. Importantly, the handbook also acknowledges the current conversations around gender fluidity and suggests the use of sex assigned at birth instead of biological male or biological female. Similarly, there's an attempt to do away with some old tropes, so phrases like dutiful wife or obedient wife are to be replaced with just wife. Some redundancies in language that is often used in courtrooms or judgments have also been pointed out. For instance, forcible rape is to be replaced with just rape. More interestingly, the handbook also tries to address the debate over whether a person who has been raped should be termed a survivor or victim. It says, and I quote, "An individual who has been affected by sexual violence may identify themselves as either survivor or victim. Both terms are applicable unless the individual has expressed a preference, in which case the individual's preference should be respected." End quote. Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, says that the handbook aims to assist judges and the legal community in identifying, understanding, and combating stereotypes about women. In its introduction, the handbook explains that it is vital that judges not only avoid relying on stereotypes in their decision-making and writing, but also actively challenge and dispel harmful stereotypes. It goes on to say that if harmful stereotypes are relied on by judges, it can lead to a distortion of the objective and impartial application of the law. However, the CJI has also made it very clear that the release of this handbook is by no means intended to criticize or cast doubt on past judgments. It is merely to show how stereotypes may be unwittingly used. This handbook is a culmination of work that began during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of India Business Hour. Thank you so much for watching. News and updates continue right here on CNBC TV 18.